G mushroom cap. G mushroom. Okay, we'll stop fooling around now. You have to do the same thing in the texture panel, but that's what made the entire thing crash last time. So I'll just save and just hope that that Blender doesn't crash. Come on. Yes! Okay. Let's save before anything else happens. And that's fine. So what we need to do now is set up these nodes. Now, nodes, I might have a bit of trouble remembering which one it is I have to set up. But I'll just split this viewport here, maybe horizontally, like this, and just scale out. And maybe turn this window into a UV image editor and just render in there. If I just re-render. Okay, we have 2 mushrooms. That's good. Okay, and just so that we save some time here, I'll just render a specific part of the scene. So to do that, while you're in camera mode, press Shift B, which brings up a box selection, and just click and drag around the cap, which gives you this red box. And if you render again, you only have this little tiny section. So that's perfect. It's kind of like preview rendering in 2.49, but not as convenient. I wish they would bring preview rendered back. I mean, as they were, because I think it's in here somewhere. I think I saw it in the scene. There's Simplify, which I think is used for preview renders, but I haven't figured out how it works yet. So, change this top window over to a node editor. Now, at first glance, there's nothing here, but we don't really want this because these are material nodes. We want texture nodes. So select that and click Use Nodes, which immediately pops up 2 boxes. One is a something, I don't know what that's called, checker. Okay, we don't want a checker box. Delete that. Output we keep since it's important. And we add an input image. Don't choose texture because that just messes everything up. So deconnect that and just select your mushroom UV. And it should be in there. Come on. Okay. And before we do anything else, add another node, this time in color, not converter, and choose hue saturation value. And just connect this over here. And right now it's still red, but it's giving you some glitches, but that's not really important. So what you need to do is change the hue. Now you can see what pink, purple, blue, pale blue, cyan. So we obviously need to go the other way for green. Yeah, that seems good. Just play around with the value here. Yeah, that seems perfect. Maybe bring down the saturation a bit. Or actually bring it up. And maybe bring the value down just... Oh, okay. Oh, that looks better. Okay, so just play around with the settings until you find what you like. And now, if you re-render, bang. Green mushroom. Alright, I'm not liking the colors here. Bring down the saturation. So let's try that again. Ew. Oh wait, let me try to bring this, the horizon color down to black. Might help. No. Okay, so just have to play around with these darn values. I spent a lot of time messing around with them last time. No, that's too yellow. Maybe bring this up a lot. Let's try that again. Yeah, that looks good. That looks like a mushroom. A one-up mushroom. So yeah, that should be perfect. So there it is. You just use these nodes to change one texture into a green texture. I was just really proud of that when I found that, because I've never used nodes before, really. let's just cancel that selection. Because if you have a section like this selected, if you want to cancel it, just press Shift B again, but select on the outside. It says, wait, there's nothing there. Cancel the whole thing! Abort! Mission, Houston, we've got a problem. Stuff like that. No, Blender does not talk to itself. Oh my god, I must sound silly. I'll just stop fooling around. I know I've said it several times, but I'll just stop. So now we're having a problem here because now both caps are red. I forgot to change that earlier. So just change this all the way up to green and not yellow, because red and green make yellow. Just change it to green so just we can see what we're doing. And the same constraints apply to this one, I think. Yep, same constraints. It kept the constraints, so that's perfect. Let's just move this dude all the way up, maybe 5, and let's set up our scene. So let's make a kind of tripod of mushrooms. So bring this one maybe over here, just anywhere. Rotate it along the z-axis so that we can see it a bit better. Maybe move your camera. Something like that. Maybe move the empty just so we can get a bit higher up. And maybe move both down. Just set it up the way you want. I'm just going to use a similar setup to my other render. And where's Blender? There it is. So we need another mushroom here. So let's duplicate this and Shift D, X. And this one we're actually going to clear the rotation, so that's Alt R, and go into side view, bring it in front just so we can see it, and rotate it along the x-axis so that it's lying horizontal. Right about there, 60 degrees. So if you go into top view, maybe rotate it this way, and just move it somewhere. Let me move the one-up mushroom onto another layer. Move it onto layer 2. And maybe all this junk. Move it onto layer 3. So let's reposition this. Just move it so it, whoops, move the stem and not the cap. And just line it up here, just so we get them almost touching. And just duplicate this one over here. This time rotate it all the way over here like this. And like that. Yeah, that looks good. And bring back your mushroom, your one-up mushroom, and first off make sure that both layers are visible. You can either do that, you can switch layers by pressing the numbers on your keyboard, but if you want to activate several layers, press Shift plus the layer number. So what we're going to do here is move this little guy all the way down here. Just move him so that he's sitting right on top